The last 24 hours has me enraged at Jagex's executive leadership and their inability to be straightforward with our community. Now I come from a tech industry background where I managed a department and I had to make hard decisions on behalf of my company, and I believe that the player base has been misguided for the past 8+ years when it comes to some of the most basic issues that affect our game. First issue, I can confirm that both RuneScape, OSRS, and RuneScape 3 have zero means in place of detecting injection-based code. Botters and players seeking an advantage in our game can use tools that just inject commands into the game for them at zero risk of detection. They only get banned if Jagex steps in manually to try and address the activities they're using scripts in. Practically every other MMORPG on the planet has basic security measures in place to ensure they can't just inject unsigned code into the clients and servers. It's ridiculous that they haven't taken Cybersecurity 101 steps to protect their intellectual property. I've spoken with developers over the past day who laugh at how lackluster RuneScape's protections are. Second issue, RuneScape's bot detection, again on both versions of the game, is primarily based around tracking mouse movements and looking for non-human repetition. Yes, you heard it here. Botters, go ahead and build workarounds if you haven't already. Spoiler, most of them have. It gets better. If you're a bot developer, why bother programming human-like mouse movements? Because with less than a dozen lines of code, you can just tell the client to stop tracking your mouse. And naturally, it won't disconnect you or realize this is a problem. Fun fact, macOS and Linux clients don't track the mouse at all, so folks can bot there or use AHK as much as they like, and the game's native bot detection can't do shit. Only human staffers can. When I once heard ex-ModMatK say on a podcast that the company's head of customer support once told him the developers should make the game harder to cheat in, I rolled my eyes. Now I'm starting to agree with the head of customer support. The devs really haven't done that much to make the game difficult to cheat in. Third issue, real-world traders who own rare items in-game, quotations around own, and want to make the prices jump back down and then back up again so they can flip them for a profit. Well, did you know they just fake those item videos, screenshots, and more using Cheat Engine? The very same tools kids use on fucking Minecraft? I can hop into RS and use Cheat Engine to swap out item icons with one another, change the quantities of stacks, and make it look like I own 1,000,000 Christmas crackers when I don't. Please stop listening to Ellie or anyone else saying there's been dupes. They're dumb and just trying to get you to spend IRL money on gold. It's just idiots with Cheat Engine recording their screen. I can do it too. This isn't a diss on JMods who make content in-game. I've spoken with many of them, and I know they're just as heartbroken as I am, and the community. When botting Discords release tools to bot the same week new content comes out, what needs to happen is Jagex executives need to want to fix cheating in their game, and that's a big if. They need to add a real anti-cheat software to the game. Stop letting players inject code into it, for Christ's sake. Fun fact, it's not hard. I'm sure you can email the Brighter Shores devs for some pointers if you want ideas. And stop letting people bypass your existing anti-botting tools with a dozen lines of code, for crying out loud. If you want to get serious about improving the client, which hasn't seen a major code overhaul since 2016, and yeah, I'm looking at your code base when I say that, I know some developers. DM me.